And so my wife and I, Krishna Karshna, you should have been here for this. I was telling my wife, we should do a movie that everybody in this place becomes a devotee. And then what happens? You know, and they're like, oh my God, I was dreaming about golf last night. I feel so guilty. You know, I can't play golf anymore. It's just like driving me crazy. I don't know what to do. And, you know, and just all the psychosis and neurosis is going, you know, see, I want to go swimming. Is it okay to go swimming in my suit? Or, you know, what's the Krishna consciousness? I mean, I feel so shameful. I don't, you know, and everybody becomes like, we have to open a mental hospital here, you know, once they become devotees. I was thinking we should do a movie like this, and we could send so many good messages. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking that's exactly what would happen, wouldn't it? We'd create a bunch of like people ready for the mental hospital. I mean, realistically, I wasn't even trying to make it funny. I was just being realistic. I was thinking, what if you become a devotee? Then, you know, it's like, can I play golf? Is it wasting time? You know, am I breaking one of the principles? You know, I like playing golf, but I like playing in the morning because it's cool. But then I don't play golf in the morning. I don't jam my rounds. I have what to do. Oh my God. That actually, after we were joking that way, I started thinking, actually, this is not a joke. This is like, isn't it? This is like pretty serious. So I think one of the things it shows is that trying to become a devotee is like, it's pretty, you know, it's not easy, right? Because it's a very disciplined way of life. And we weren't raised with that high level of discipline, at least not, we may be raised with discipline, but not giving up that much sense gratification, or maybe giving up too much too fast. And then you know, I think we all understand when you give up sense gratification, you can go crazy and start becoming angry and envious, and, you know, just because, and we just have to, Prabhu, I'm so envious. Okay, sit down, open your mouth, gulab jamun. Next one, you know, give you like 12 gulab jamuns, and you're like, ah, I'm so happy now. I'm not envious of anybody. But it's something like that, isn't it? Because even though these qualities may have been there, when you're engaged in the material world and you're getting all the sense gratification you want, it's just like you're pacified enough that you don't have to, like, you know, you understand what I'm saying. You don't need to be envious because, you know, it's like, why be envious? I got so much sense gratification to make me forget my miseries. So I think there's a lot to be said about giving up sense gratification and not replacing it with something like, you know, I gave up sense gratification. What did you replace it with? 16 horrible rounds and no reading of Prabhupada's books and Vaishnava Aparad. That's what I replaced it with. So Hare Krishna. Yeah, it doesn't. So it's like, you know, we're having fun here, but this is actually very serious because I think about this a lot. It's like when you enter Krishna consciousness, you know, it's kind of like it's, you know, it's 40 degrees out and you go swimming, but you only get your ankles wet. It's not really going to cool you off, you know. Well, I went swimming and I'm still hot. Well, did you go under the water? No, I just got my ankles wet. Well, that's why, you know. So I do ankles wet japa. I get my ankles wet with Prabhupada's books, one verse, you know. Ankles wet deity worship, ankles wet association. And I'm wondering why I'm going crazy. When all else fails, eat more gulab jamuns. That's all I can say. If you're only going to get your ankles wet, you got to, you know, dive into something. And of course, Prabhupada did that in the beginning, you know, with prasadam. But what you'll notice is that in devotees who are more evolved, they have a great taste for chanting. They have a great taste for hearing Bhagavatam. They just, you know, they're completely satiated in Krishna consciousness.